tax on us, which makes us more slaves, makes it more difficult for us to survive, right? Giving them more profits. And now what's happened is that through the Federal Reserve System, the bankers have pretty much taken control of our government. It doesn't matter Republican and Democrat anymore because they're both the same. Neither one of them are talking about shutting down the Federal Reserve System or stopping the payment of taxes, or any of the big issues that face Americans, right? So I had a friend, Nick Rockefeller, okay, who was one of the Rockefeller family, and he, when I was running for governor in Nevada, he came to me, introduced himself to me through an attorney, and we became friends. We started talking about things, and I learned an awful lot from Mr. Rockefeller. And one of the things that we used to talk about was the ultimate plan of the banking industry, what they wanted to accomplish. And the goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. Central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time, we have a central bank that plans everything for us, right? And the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there, you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them, where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. The whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. They just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do, what
everything,
you sell.
Everything is in there, And so they want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave. You become a serf to these people.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS Grammar Stone who teach and rule well and continue to teach and rule well, you know, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and salutations to the 144,000 elect Israelite men who are standing stiffly for the names of Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, especially in these times. Peace, love, and salutations also to the large multitude spoken of in Revelation chapter 5 and 9, Revelation chapter 7 and 9 also, consisting of Israelite men, women, and children who are true and sincere believers, helps that makes up the hopeful elect. To you I say Shalom. This is Nahal from the James Jamaica camp, going into the Thai experiment, right? The Thai experiment, the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, and also programmable money, which equals to total control. Again, the Thai experiment, the MOTB, programmable money, equals to total control. And as you've just heard Aaron Russo break it down, the plan of the or the agenda of the wicked elites, I mean, which biblically they're a nation of Edomites, the so-called Caucasian white man, the elites of them. He spoke with Nick Rockefeller, the international banking families, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, so on and so forth. He's going into the breakdown of the plan that was given onto him or unveiled onto him by one of the very insiders, one of the very persons, one of a member of one of the elite families that is a part of the push for this new world order agenda. Right, he's going into the RFID microchip, programmable money, central bank digital currencies, and also the capability that they will be given or gotten through this device, through this RFID microchip, which is again the mark of the beast. So I'll be going into an article here, as the title states, the Thai experiment. I'll be going into this article right here from this article is from Financial Times. Right, it says Thailand may tell us a great deal about the future of money. No, this article is courtesy of the brother James Watchman. I don't know your brother's name. I think he's in New York though. He did a video going into how Thailand basically over 23 point something. I think it's 23.5 million Thais have created digital wallets and are now collecting, what should I say, deposits, or they're collecting handouts from the government, the um, Taiwanese government, just to accept the digital wallet, right? 284 US dollar, which equals to 10,000 baht, right? So he did a video going into that, as well as another video going into how, which I'll do a separate video on that also. He did a separate video going into how the Taiwanese government is now, enforcing policies to prosecute those who may criticize digital wallet, which this is all a plan of the World Economic Forum, because these leaders, these world leaders, especially the I think his name is Shreta, the Prime Minister of Thailand. They all, visit the World Economic Forum. They have all been given mandates on, where or direction that they're supposed to lead their countries to. That's why even our government, our prime minister out here in Jamaica, always speaks of a digital society. We've already legalized central bank digital currencies out here as well. But ultimately, what I want to touch on in this article, as the title of the video, it says the Thai experiment. I want to bring out information on how they're using Thailand as a means of experimenting with central bank digital currencies and the different things that they want to do with these digital currency. Because when you in the video that I just played, and you heard Aaron Russo, the agenda that was broken down onto him by Nick Rockefeller, which is one of a member of the International Bank elite. He's a part of the Rockefeller family, so he has inside knowledge, and he was basically breaking it down to Aaron Russo because he wanted to recruit Aaron Russo, right? And he went into how they want total control over the masses by way of having total control over their money. I think it was one of the Rothschilds. If I can, let me not butcher that, but there was a saying that says, "Give me control over a nation's money, and I care not." It says, "Give me control over a nation's currency, and I care not who makes the laws." Mayor Amchel Rothschild, right? So Mayor Amchel Rothschild. So that's their aim, to get control over a nation's money. They won't, and absolutely, they will not care who create the law, and they have control over a lot of these nations, majority of all of these nations' money. But right now, they want total. control, and that's what they're trying to garner by way of the RFID microchip, which will host digital programmable money. So again, what we'll be going into this article is basically how programmable money works, the different things that can be done with programmable money, the different what should I say, control points that they will have. They'll be able to control who, with who, when, and where you spend your money. And basically, Thailand is being used as a grounds for experiment, for lack of a better term. They're experimenting in Thailand, which, as you can see in this separate article that I have, it says it's titled, this is from the Ledger Insights, Thai Digital Money Giveaway Highlights Programmable Money Challenges. So it basically, what's happening in Thailand, the whole experiment, um it's a experiment for other world leaders to look on, for those who are planning, who are putting this whole design together, for them to work out the kinks. Basically, as you know, you don't just come to the forefront with a plan and you just push it on the masses. You have to ensure that you work out the kinks, work out the faults here and there, just like doing a startup. If you have a start, I myself don't have a startup, but if you have a startup business, even let's say a digital company also, you have to, before you put out that product, either an app or a website, you have to ensure that you work out all the kinks, the bugs, what I mean, ensure that it's running smoothly before you put it out there, what I mean. So that's what they're doing, using Thailand as an experiment. So what I'll be reading in this article, it does go into the agenda that they have, as Aaron Russo said, the different means of control that they'll have is, for one, if you're a protester, what I mean, they don't like what you're protesting about, they can just lock off, or close off your capability to use your money. And they even go into this in the Thai experiment. These are all things that have been experimented on, over there in Thailand, yo. So I'll bring it out. Again, the RFID microchip, that is where digital currency is leading up to ultimately, and that is the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, 17, 18. Cause it all both small and great, rich. And let me read it. Let me start with that. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bonded to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's that, again, RFID microchip and that neuro implant, right? It says that no man by or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So without this device, you will not be able to literally buy, sell. You will not be able to partake in the society, this new world order that they're designing, putting together. So government services is a no-no, medical services is a no-no, buying and selling whatsoever regarding food, clothing, resources. You will not be able to unless you have that device, that RFID microchip, which will be tied again also to your digital money. Which digital money is a thing again out here in Jamaica. We have the Jamdex, that's literally digital currency. It's legal tender, so it's not far fetched. This is not some cyberpunk futuristic dystopian talk that I'm making. It's literally happening before our eyes. And again, Thailand is being used as an experiment as to the different control, the different things that they'll be able to do with our money. So I'll be going into the programmability of it, right? So Second Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan goes back to adversary, our adversary. We do have enemies, the enemy of you so-called niggers, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Israelites. I mean, this message is primarily to you, to the elect of the nation of Israel, I should say, um, to not, to be aware of what's happening and to not, partake in taking that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Yeah, you can have digital wallets. Yeah, you can take the Jamdex or whatsoever your digital currency is. But when it comes on to the RFID microchip, which it will go lead up to, because even the RFID microchip is being used in different parts of the world right now for various things, even for payments as well, right? You can look into a company called Walletmore. But when it comes down to that RFID microchip, avoid that RFID microchip. That is the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. If you take that device, Revelation chapter 14 and 9, Revelation 16 and 1. That will be happening. What's slated to happen to those who take the device, that's what's going to happen unto you if you take that device, yo. So let me digress and get into this article. Don't want to make it too long. It says, and I'll read all of it. I'll read all of it. For this one, I won't go into all of this because this just goes into what this is stating, and basically in this article, they're just going into how, they'll state aspects of this article that can work and cannot work when it comes down to the European community. However, as I stated, this is it's all an experiment that's been run in Thailand, and this article just tells us that, you know, the world, the European community is looking on at what's happening in Thailand, and they're, trying to work out the kinks to see what's workable, what's not workable. So it says the writer is a professor at Cornell University, senior fellow at Brookings, and author of The Future of Money. So the writer of this article, it says, an intriguing, and this is dated August the 5th, 2024, just a few days ago, an intriguing window into the future of money and how central bank, sorry, and how central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, might be used, has opened up in Thailand. This future holds promise but has many hazards as well. Countries barreling towards it, and especially their citizens, should give it careful thought. Fulfilling, and just to a disclaimer, they haven't made CBDC a legal tender in Thailand. For right now, they're just passing it off as a token, you know what I mean? Because, as again, it's a pilot, it's like they're experimenting with it, you know. So it says fulfilling, and even out here in Jamaica, they haven't been using the central bank digital currency for a lot of, what should I say, for mass, processes or transactions. They have it for a few small businesses, um, but it's not out there. It's not being used by the mass populace like that yet. Right now they're more so focused on pushing out the digital identity, which is the NIDS, which will be tied to your money, your digital money, because the BOJ, the Bank of Jamaica, is creating a central registry system, within which will host your information digitally also, right? So it's just all being put together, for lack of a better term, right, out here in Jamaica, right? So just saying that because Jamaica made the CBDC a legal tender, yo. But that's where it's going globally. All these countries eventually will make CBDCs global legal tender. Over there in China, the digital yuan is legal tender. I think Barbados has their sand dollar, or it's Bahamas, one of those Caribbean countries. um, have they made it legal tender? Think so. Think so. But it says, fulfilling an election promise, the Thai government has initiated a program to distribute money to low income households through digital wallets. About 50 million Thais who fall below certain income and savings threshold will get about 280 US dollars each, roughly half a month per capita income. This will temporarily boost household consumption and GDP, but at a significant fiscal cost and without doing much to tackle deep rooted problems, including low investment, which is holding back growth. Now, the Bank of Thailand, the Thai central bank, has conducted pilot tests for a digital baht, but has not formally rolled out the CBDC. Still, digital wallets to store money and use it for transactions are widely prevalent in Thailand. Adding a CBDC as a payment option is straightforward. The Bank of Thailand and other central banks experimenting with CBDCs assert that it would coexist with physical currency. Legal tender, it's going to be legal tender, it's going to be on a one-on-one ratio to your cash, as it is out in Jamaica. It says, but the convenience of digital payment and the cost and hassle to consumers and businesses of handling paper money and coins foretell the demise of cash as a means of payment. So they're looking to completely get rid of cash, eradicate cash out of the system, the economy, right? It says the Thai transfer program already has some features of a CBDC. It is well targeted, with the funds channeled to poor individuals who would benefit more and are likely to spend the money rather than save it. The funds go directly to individuals, reducing the inevitable corruption when money is channeled through public agencies. So first, so quote unquote convenience, less corruption, right? It goes directly to individuals. It won't go through a third party. No one will have their, will be taking piece out of it. They're going to highlight all of these so-called convenience to woo, the majority, or the citizen, the populace. It says the funds have to be spent within 6 months. Now let's get into it. So, you know one aspect of digital CBD, central bank digital currencies, that they are experimenting with is the funds have to be spent within 6 months. So expire the money being able, or you know being capable of expiring is one aspect of the digital money. It says an excellent way to stimulate consumption and limit leakage into savings, which would not immediately boost economic activity. The funds can only be spent at authorized small shops within a local area of a recipient. You know, so for one, money expiring as well as has to be used at authorized shops, right? And that's going to completely do away with a lot of different small businesses, corner shops as we call them out here in Jamaica, who may not be registered, who not may not be paying taxes for their little business that they have up and running. If they don't register it and pay tax, then if you have, they won't be able to receive payments, receive customers buying goods at their shops, because the digital money will not be programmed to be used at certain all shops if they're not authorized, right? So one convenience for the government to introduce programmable central bank digital money is that, you know, even small businesses will be forced to get onto the system and pay more tax. That's more money for them. As we know, governments always push for citizens to pay tax, even if they're vendors on the roadside. The government wants them to sign up so that they can pay taxes. That's just weird that they would, government want them to legalize their business or register their business, sorry, I should say, so that they can pay taxes, right? So a system like this will basically it's either going to force a lot of these small businesses out of a job, or out of business, or it's going to force them onto the system, right? So because this system that's coming, it's going, as scripture says, it calls it all, right? Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? If you're not a part of it, if you don't receive this device, if you don't get with the program, you're not going to be a part of society. You're going to have to suffer, literally, right? Because you have to take that device, you have to be a part of their system to reap the benefits that their system offers. It says a CBDC offers similar possibilities, including targeting government transfers and more. In addition to expiry dates, consumption can be stimulated by exposing CBDC balances to negative interest rates that discourage savings. So it's like they don't want you to be saving either, because another aspect of this global agenda, this new world order, the system that they're designing, is that persons will, be introduced to universal basic income. You don't have a job, you're not working, they'll provide you um with a monthly what do you call it, stipend, and that's all going to be based upon whether you're behaving good or not. you know that's all going to be based upon whether you have a good so-called credit score, as they have in China, or bad. That's going to determine how much monthly universal basic income you receive. It has such negative interest rates. Yeah, right. And if interest rates are negative, and you're saving your money is depreciating as time goes, because it's being subjected to negative interest rates. So that means you're losing money the longer you hold it, right? It says such negative interest rates, easy to administer with computer code that shrinks balances at a pre-announced rate, are unlikely to work in an economy with cash. So that's why they want to get rid of cash, right? After all, cash offers a zero interest rate, which certainly beats a negative interest rate, right? Because if you have zero interest rate, that means your money won't gain interest, it won't lose interest. But if it's negative, your money is losing interest, you're losing money, you know? And that's what they want to introduce in a digital system. So look, and this is even what's coming to Jamaica. That's, our government pushes the whole digital society. We need to get with the program. We don't want to fall behind. But really and truly, this is what he's, the prime minister of our country, the Honorable Andrew Holness, and his, what's the department? I think they have digital transformation or something another. I don't even remember the name of that lady that's always pushing the ideas. But Floyd Green is a part of it as well. But this is what they're pushing our people towards, these type of situation, to be subjected to these situations. So says the transfer of money under the Thai program is selective. Criminals and others with a record of committing fraud are not eligible, while merchants with spotty records cannot participate in the program. Wow. So they're selective on who can participate or who cannot. It says the funds cannot be used for purchasing products such as alcohol, cigarettes, and marijuana, or for online shopping. These limitations seem entirely defensible, but also show how easily digital money can be subverted for social engineering purposes. The Thai social a subverted, right? Subverted. Let's look at this word. Subverted, undermine the power and authority of an established system or institution. So this can be digital money can be subverted for what social engineering purposes. Well, let's look into what social engineering is. Social engineering is a term used for a broad range of malicious activities accomplished through human interaction. It uses psychology manipulation to trick users into making security mistakes or giving away sensitive information. Social engineering attacks happens in one or more steps. What is an example of social? Well, see soon. Nope. All right. Error or weakness rather than technical or digital system vulnerabilities. What's referred to as social engineering? Let's see. Psychology. Oh, right. Essentially, social engineering uses psychology, right, to manipulate a person into what taking an action. This could be anything from revealing sensitive data to clicking on malicious attachment. The social engineering process often involves multiple steps. So it says it says the limitations seem entirely defensible, but also shows how easily digital money can be subverted for social engineering purposes. It can be used basically to control, the way or how persons behave, right? The behavior of the social economy. It says the Thai government has decided that only worthy individuals can benefit from the program, must spend the funds in specific areas, and cannot purchase products deemed undesirable. It is not hard to envision a future in which CBDC usage is restricted to good citizens and acceptable expenditures as deemed by the government. Woo-hoo, wow. You know, the digital funds cannot, in principle, be exchanged for cash or other types of money, but one can well imagine secondary markets where people who do not want to spend the money before the expiry date can trade it, probably at a discount, for money with a longer shelf life. Despite the government's wishes, a recipient of the funds who really wants a smoke might buy approved goods and trade them for cigarettes. Similarly, CBDCs enable multiple types of monetary units with different characteristics, ostensibly a great way to implement carefully targeted and social optimal policies. There you go, yo. But this could destroy confidence in the integrity of central bank money, which, for all its flaws, at least has a clear and fixed nominal value. What is worse, central banks, as purveyors of CBDCs with such few features, will be viewed as agents of the government when it comes to surveillance and the execution of a broad range of economic and social policies rather than just monetary policy. The looming reality of a world of CBDC holds much promise, but it could dent confidence in central banks and central bank money, which would be a huge price to pay. The Thai experiment will teach us a lot about the future about what the future holds and serves as a warning about how technology might push us towards a dystopian world, right? So the Thai experiment, there you have it, it's all an experiment being run with digital CBDC in Thailand, which has not been made legal tender yet. You know what I mean? But there's a whole experiment happening with the do's and the don'ts, what can be done, what cannot be done with central bank digital money. Again, the whole aim is to reach a point where they eventually they're going to reach a point where they are happy with what it can be used for, and then they're going to put a lot of force behind it, and that we're at that point. At this we're near that point, we're near that point, right? Because what they want is total control, and this is programmable money. If they get to the people in a position where they're forced to take this device, then once the people take it, they'll be subjected to the different um, manipulations or programmability that the government, and not only not really the government, but the global elite will have. So going into Psalms chapter 64, and start at 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." And this is their secret counsel, one of their secret counsels. "From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." And what? And they shoot, them shooting at the perfect are the Israelites, right? The Israelites are regarded as the perfect, and them shooting is them basically pushing for their different agendas on the masses, especially the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because they're mainly targeting you Israelites with this device, because they know that the Heavenly Father is completely against it, and they know that you know what they're pushing is themselves as God, as the Heavenly Father, and they want to replace the Heavenly Father when it comes down to His holy people. They want to take the holy people as the Heavenly Father's holy people as their own. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying what snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" Right? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? So that's what they've done with this device. They've put in a lot of work into it. They've put in a lot of research. They've put a lot of money into it. They've been doing it in secret. That's why they're saying, who will see them? But Obadiah 6 states, the things of Esau are searched out and sought up. His hidden things sought up. Second Thessalonians 2, the man of sin has been revealed. Um, or it's First Thessalonians 2, one of them. And the things of Esau are being revealed, right? And that's why we give warning as to what's happening. Micah 2 and 1: "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." And this is them practicing, because they have the power to, they have the money, the resources, the time. Well, yeah, the time as well, you know. So they're practicing these things, but as time is drawing down, Revelation 12 and 12, they're coming down having great wrath, because they know that they had but a short time, right? So again, um, this has been the Thai experiment. MOTB, programmable money equal total control. Don't take the RFID microchip, that is the mark of the beast. The true name of the God of the Bible, that is Yahweh, His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Acts 4 and 12, these are the only names that we can call upon in order to be delivered from the hour of temptation, spoken of in Revelation chapter 3 and 10. Hope this was edifying. I'm going to close it there. Giving all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makal Kodash, again, double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS Green, Stone, peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Shalom.